Hello, my dear friends. I'm so glad you could join me today. You know, as we get older, life sometimes feels like it's moving too fast, like we're stuck in a slow, buffering moment while the world races ahead. I've felt that too. There are days when loneliness creeps in, when our bodies remind us of the years that have passed, and when we wonder if we're still seen, still heard, still needed. But what if I told you that within the timeless words of Jesus, there's a gentle guide to help us find peace, purpose, and even a bit of healing? Today, I want to share with you some simple, heartfelt lessons drawn from his teachings. They're not just about religious doctrine, they're practical, everyday reminders, like a daily vitamin for our souls, that can help ease our worries and lift our spirits. Imagine for a moment that Jesus is sitting right here with us over a warm cup of tea, sharing a few personal secrets about living with grace and positivity as we age. Ever feel like the world's racing while you're just trying to catch your breath? Well, let's press pause together and allow his words to be our slow down button. So settle in, relax, and let's journey through these life lessons. Whether you're watching from your living room, your cozy kitchen, or even a sunny porch, know that you're not alone in this. Today, we'll explore 4 themes that have brought me comfort and strength: the sacredness of rest, the healing power of gratitude, the liberating gift of forgiveness, and the warmth found in community. Let's start with our first lesson, the art of resting, not just physically, but with our hearts and minds too. Jesus once said, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Matthew 11:28. Think about that for a moment. In our busy lives, even if our busyness now means managing doctor's appointments or keeping up with family updates, we often forget that rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity for our spirit. Just as we set aside time to take our physical medications, let's consider our spiritual vitamins. Imagine rest as a gentle pillow for your soul, a time to recharge, to simply be. It's like when you sink into your favorite armchair after a long day, feeling the weight of the world ease off your shoulders. Every morning, try to set aside just 2 minutes for quiet reflection or prayer. Sit in silence, feel the warmth of your tea, and let your thoughts settle like leaves on a calm pond. It might sound simple, but that little pause can be the difference between a day filled with stress and one graced with peace. And friends, how many of us have forgotten that small act of self-kindness? Take a moment now, close your eyes, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what do I need to rest my heart today? Remember, it's okay to pause. Jesus offers us rest because he knows that even our souls need a break from the hustle, no matter our age. Now let's talk about gratitude, one of those little practices that can truly transform our outlook. In the Bible, we see moments where gratitude turns despair into hope. Think back to the story of the 10 lepers in Luke 17. Although only one returned to give thanks, that single act of gratitude was powerful enough to heal him completely. It's a reminder that gratitude isn't just about saying thank you, it's about recognizing every little blessing in our lives. Imagine gratitude as a daily vitamin for your heart. Each note of thanks is like a small dose of medicine that boosts our emotional well-being. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude can lower stress levels and even help improve heart health. And the best part? It doesn't require any special tools, just your honest appreciation. Why not start a gratitude jar of your own? Each day, write down one thing you're grateful for. Maybe it's the smile of a neighbor, the sound of birds chirping in the morning, or even a kind word from a stranger. Over time, you'll see that jar fill up with reminders of joy and love that can lift you up on even the gloomiest days. And here's a little challenge for you. How many of you still keep a little diary or even an old-fashioned notepad? Dust it off and start jotting down your blessings. It might be as simple as a kind gesture or a beautiful sunrise. Each note is a seed of positive thinking that, when nurtured, grows into a garden of peace. Take a moment now and think of one thing you're grateful for today. Let that gratitude fill you up like a warm ray of sunshine on a chilly morning. There's a weight we all carry, my friends, and it's not always visible. It's the burden of old grudges, the pain of past hurts, and the sorrow that sometimes lingers long after a wound should have healed. Jesus taught us a powerful lesson about forgiveness when he said, "I do not say to you 7 times, but 77 times, or 70 times 7 in some translations, in Matthew 18:22. It wasn't about counting the number. It was about the boundless nature of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a lot like tending to a garden. When we hold on to anger and regret, it's like letting weeds choke the life out of the flowers we so dearly want to bloom. By forgiving, we clear the path for beauty and growth. It doesn't mean we forget, nor does it mean that the pain vanishes overnight. Rather, it means we choose to lighten our load and make room for healing. One practical step you might consider is writing a letter of forgiveness. It doesn't have to be sent. Sometimes, the act of putting your feelings on paper is enough to begin the healing process. Sit down with your favorite pen and paper and let your heart speak freely. It's a small yet profound step toward letting go. I know it's not easy. There are days when the memories feel too heavy, and it's perfectly all right to mourn the years gone by. Jesus wept too, you know. But remember, each time you forgive, you're not just freeing someone else. You're freeing yourself to enjoy the beauty of today. So, my friends, I ask you, is it time to prune away those old grudges and let the fresh blossoms of forgiveness take root in your heart? As we walk this journey of life, none of us are meant to go it alone. Jesus made it clear when he said, "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also are to love one another." John 13:34. In these words, we find a powerful reminder that community and fellowship are at the heart of a peaceful, fulfilling life. Picture community as a warm, knitted blanket on a cold winter's night. It wraps you up in comfort, shared memories, and the collective strength of caring souls. Whether it's a chat with a neighbor, a phone call to an old friend, or even a quiet moment with a family member, these interactions are like little sparks of light that keep loneliness at bay. I encourage you to reach out today. Maybe it's time to dust off that old address book or send a simple "How are you?" text to someone you haven't spoken to in a while. If you're feeling adventurous, consider joining a local community group or even a church gathering. Any place where you can share your story and listen to another's. Even a brief conversation over tea can be incredibly healing. And let me ask you this. When was the last time you truly connected with someone? I invite you now to pause and think of one person who might need your warmth today. Sometimes, all it takes is a kind word to brighten a dark moment. Remember, community isn't just about being physically present. It's about knowing that someone cares, that you're seen, and that together, we can all find a bit more strength to carry on. As we come to the close of our little chat today, I hope these lessons have touched your heart as deeply as they have mine. We've explored the importance of rest as a sacred pause, the life-nourishing power of gratitude, the liberating art of forgiveness, and the strength that comes from building a loving community. Each of these lessons, drawn from the timeless words of Jesus, reminds us that even in our later years, there is so much beauty and wisdom to be embraced. It's not about denying the challenges that come with aging, loneliness, physical decline, the quiet fear of becoming invisible, but about finding light in those very struggles. It's about knowing that every day is a fresh opportunity to nurture your soul and reconnect with what truly matters. And yes, I know it might seem a bit odd to mix a little science with spiritual musings. Studies have shown that gratitude and community can lower stress levels and even help our hearts beat a little stronger. I'm not here to trade your medications for prayers, but rather to suggest that a little 2-minute prayer alongside your morning pill organizer might just be the soul booster science can't bottle. So, my dear friends, if you found comfort in our conversation today, please share this video with someone who might need a little extra peace in their life. Maybe it's a neighbor, a friend, or even a family member who's been feeling a bit down lately. Let's spread a little warmth and remind each other that we are never truly alone. If this felt like a heartfelt chat with an old friend over a warm cup of tea, then do consider subscribing to our little corner of peace. We've got plenty more tea and truth brewing, and I'd love to share these moments with you again. Leave a comment below and tell me, what's your go-to comfort hymn or that one gratitude that lifts your heart? I'd love to hear your stories. Thank you for spending these precious moments with me. Remember, no matter how fast the world spins, you can always find a quiet, sacred space within yourself. Until next time, may your days be filled with rest, gratitude, forgiveness, and the comforting embrace of community.